Welcome to Leeds International School, Primary 5, Second Term, English Language, Nelson English Pupil Book 5, Changing Times, Lesson number 11. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to improve their vocabulary skills, improve reading and understanding of a poem, identify adverbs in dialogues, identify and make different contractions, and will be able to learn rules of how to make singular nouns plural to write a simple poem. Well, children, take out your Nelson English Pupil book and turn to page 86. Let's read the poem. Changing Times by Eric Slater. Many things are changing today in London town. New buildings going up, old ones coming down. Just like London people. Houses grow too old and can no longer do their job. To keep out damp and cold, many are old-fashioned and were built long ago for people in a different age who did not hurry so. People's ways are changing like the things we use. Telephones for speaking, television news. Just try to imagine how things used to be. Different songs to listen to, different things to see. Everyone used horses or else their own 2 feet. Everything moved slowly, like the policeman on the beat. No motor cars to take them quickly on their way. No discos or videos. Like there are today, no package holidays and no aeroplanes, no electronic railways and only puffer trains. People used to manage. It didn't matter how, but when you come to think of it, aren't you glad it's now? So children, let's look at the word check in page 87. There are 2 words. First one is old-fashioned. So what is the meaning of old-fashioned? Is it from the past or from the future? Yes, it is from the past. Our second word is manage. What do you mean by manage? Is it do fine or have difficulty? Yes, that's right. It means do fine. Did you notice the highlighted words in the poem? Those highlighted words are called phrases. So children, phrase is a group of words or more words functioning as a meaningful unit within a sentence or clause. Under word check part B, find these phrases in the poem. Discuss what they mean. So children, what is the meaning of coming down? According to the poem, coming down means disappearing. Second one, a different age. It means belong to a different time. 3. People's ways. People's ways means lifestyle. 4. Their own 2 feet. Their own 2 feet means walking. Number 5. Policeman on the beat. That means marching around. Fourth one is come to think of it, which means reflect on. Let's move on to the comprehension part of this lesson so that we know how much you have understood the lesson. For you to answer these questions, you have to read and understand the poem very well. Part A. Discuss the answers to these questions. Number 1. Who were houses in London built for according to the poet? So the answer is, according to the poet, houses were built for common people in London. Well, children, read the poem and write the answers for question numbers 2, 3, 4 alone on your comprehension book. Under comprehension B part, it says write sentences to answer each question. I will do the first one for you. You will have to do the rest of the questions alone. In what ways does the poet compare London people and houses? Poet compare London people and houses in ways that both grow old and not be able to do their job anymore. C. Make a list of words and phrases that would make sense in each of gaps in the paragraph below. Towns and cities have changed blank in the last 100 years. So children, we can say towns and cities have changed vigorously in last 100 years. It is now blank easier for people to blank. So for number 2, we can say it is now far easier for people. Far easier for people. So children, there are 8 gaps altogether. Now you have to find words and phrases and complete this paragraph. Vocabulary. Under vocabulary, we will be learning adverbs in dialogue. So children, adverbs tell us more about verbs, how, when or where the action happened. Adverbs are ly words that change verbs. Adverbs are helpful in dialogue as they give information about how words are spoken. Example, are we nearly there? Asked the boy wearily. Now verb is ask, adverb is wearily. The adverb wearily tells us more about the verb asked. Under vocabulary part, there are 3 questions. Question A. Choose the adverb from the box or think of one of your own to complete each sentences. In the box below, you have 4 adverbs. Excitedly, quietly, anxiously, cheerfully. You have to complete the sentences below by choosing the correct adverb from the box given, or you can think of something of your own. So children, by now you should be able to know what adverbs are because we have learned this many times in our previous grades. So in B section, you have to make a list of 6 adverbs ending in ly that you might use in dialogue. Now look at the C section. It says, imagine you visited a big city with your family. Write 4 dialogue sentences about the visit, each including an adverb. So as an example, I want to see the science museum. Jamila said excitedly. So like this you have to make 4 dialogue sentences. Our next part of the lesson is punctuation. Under punctuation, we are going to learn about apostrophe roundup. There are two uses of apostrophe. First one is apostrophe of contraction. This means two words are shortened to make one word, so that missing letter or letters will be replaced by an apostrophe. Let's look at the example below. It did not matter how. In this sentence, we are going to cut the letter O in word not and replace it with an apostrophe. Then it becomes it didn't matter how. The second one is the apostrophe of possession. An apostrophe is used with the letter S to show ownership or possession, or we can say when someone or something owns something. For an example, people's ways are changing. It means the ways belonging to the people. Now let's see where we place the apostrophe. Children, now you can do the exercises on page number 90 in your Nelson Pupil book. Section A, you have to find the word with the apostrophe in each sentence and say whether the apostrophe is used for contraction or possession. So I'll do the first one for you. London's buildings are changing. Now you have to see the position of the apostrophe. Buildings belonging to London. So the answer is possession. Section B, write the contraction of each group of words. First one is not. So the answer is isn't. Section C, write the phrases below using a possessive noun. First one is the words belonging to the song. Song's words are magical. So now children, you can complete the rest of the questions alone. Let's look at the spelling part of the lesson. We are going to learn words ending with ANT, ENT, ANCE, ENCE. Many adjectives end with ENT or ANT. For example, different, distant. We can change these words to abstract nouns by changing ENT into ENCE. Example, different becomes difference. ANT words to ANCE words. Example, distant becomes distance. Remember children, abstract nouns are words for things that we cannot experience directly through our senses. On page number 91 in your Nelson Pupil book, you can see a table. You have to complete the table with adjectives and nouns. And then you have to complete B section and C section as well. Grammar, plural roundup. Singular nouns are made plural in different ways. Let's look at the table below. For most nouns, we have to add S. See, if we take an example, building, we just add S at the end and it becomes buildings. For nouns that ends in S, Ch, Sh and X, we have to add ES. So bus becomes buses after adding ES. For nouns that ends in F or FE, we have to change the F or FE to V and add ES. Now in the example you can see the word life. It has become lives. For nouns that ends in consonants plus Y, take off the Y and add IES. In example family, Y has been replaced by IES. So it becomes families. For nouns that ends in vowels and plus Y, we just have to add S. Boy becomes boys. For some nouns ending in O, add ES. So for words like potato, we have to add ES. For musical nouns ending in O, we have to add S. So cello becomes cellos. For nouns ending in double O, we have to add S. So kangaroo becomes kangaroos. Some nouns are different in the plural form, like policeman becomes policemen. Foot becomes feet. Some nouns are always in the plural form. Clothes, clothes. Let's look at the exercises. A. Make these singular nouns plural. First one, town. So in this word children, you just have to add S at the end. So it becomes towns. The second word is box. If you remember children, the noun ends with X. We have to add EX at the end. So you add EX and it becomes boxes. B. Copy and complete the sentences with is or are. The families blank visiting London. So it should be the families are visiting London. C. Copy and complete the sentences with your own words. Use was or were. So the first one, the children were playing football. So children, it's time for you to complete all the exercises in page number 92. Writing using contrast. Children, this is the last section of this lesson. Writers frequently use how they feel about their topics by contrasting things. They compare them and show the ways in which they are different. In this poem, Changing Times, poet contrasts City of London as it used to be as it is in modern times. Writer thinks life in modern times is better. So children, you are going to write a poem with 2 verses. Now you have to think about a huge park that has swings, slides, a paddling pool and roundabouts. And you have to imagine you visit the park during the day and at night. Now your first verse should be about the park during the day and the second verse should be about park at night. In this lesson, we learned adverbs, apostrophe roundup, Words ending with ANT, ENT, ANCE, ENCE, plural roundup, and we learn how to write poems using contrast. Now children, it's time for you to complete page numbers from 44 to 47 in your workbook. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for joining.